So that was a good double bill, but after watching that and listening to Rob's podcasts about the stuff, my brain is just mush. Okay, so don't expect too much from this video, okay? Right. So, first half of the episode, what happened at that reward challenge? I was disappointed by that. I love those challenges, Who's the biggest poser? Who needs a more wake-up call in life? Who do you trust the most? I love seeing that kind of thing, and all we get is just, Reed and, Keith getting the skull smashed, and then Alec just down on the ground, and then John volunteers to go to Exile Island, and then Missy makes seemingly the wrong choice for the reward, although we later learn that the episode dynamics changed, but yeah. The main thing that I'm disappointed by Jeff breaking it up is just because I didn't get to see that challenge. I love it, but still, it's an interesting dynamic that the five are so tight that, they don't even have to do the full-on reward challenge. But yeah, Missy, you made the wrong choice because that puts John and Jacqueline in the middle again, and they've been in the middle ever since the tribe switch happened. Although, oddly, only new Hanapu members have left during the merge. Natalie is the only new Hanapu member left. What up? She's not the last old Hanapu. Herself, John, Keith, Missy. Yeah. Okay, John finding that idol on Exile Island. Well, I was a little surprised that they re-hit it, but since Jeff revealed that they aren't hiding the second idol that was played, so now that we're down to two idols, not a big deal. I mainly mentioned that just to make sure you're not confused. Fast forward to that immunity, Keith really surprised me when he was able to pull that challenge win from behind. Man. That's really all I can say there. And I was really unsure of what John and Jacqueline were going to do, because obviously it was going to be seemingly free for Missy, free for Reed, but John and Jacqueline, they were totally unsure as what they were going to do, and I honestly had no clue where I wanted them to end out. Because on the one hand, well, actually, no, not on the one hand. The problem is, there's two of them and they're a couple. And even though Missy and Baylor, are a couple, it doesn't feel as ominous. And also, even if they stick with one alliance, technically they're a subdivision of another. So they're kind of screwed in that situation. There's no good situation to go with, although they have been a little better at sticking to a certain alliance. I mean, like they did blindside Jeremy, and Natalie obviously is still trying to get revenge, following her comment last time. Get rid of the boys, equalize the girl bits, and then go after John, which is what she's trying to do. Nice there. But then at Tribal Council, just somehow everybody just flips on Reed, because, I was going, okay, yeah, we got 2 votes Reed, 1 vote Missy, blah-de-blah, Reed, and then Reed, and then I knew once the 4th vote came that Reed was gone, but I was like, what? When everyone flipped, just, what? I mean, obviously he had done enough yelling at Missy and or Baylor, to distance himself, but just... Second half. The reward. Honestly, I've got no comment, although I do feel for both sides about, having the reward in many ways shoved up in your face. Immunity. Okay, now, I bet there's going to be tons of people out there who are going to be bitching about the editing of the episode, making it seem like, oh yeah, everyone's discussing getting rid of John, and, he's going to make it. I actually did get that vibe before the challenge, but I felt that even if he won or lost, that there were still several situations, just where it wasn't perfectly set up in the edit. Yeah, this wasn't like Penna or Troyzen, okay? Because those two winning the immunity, we could have predicted that a mile away, okay? This, not so much. Okay? And I was actually glad that he won because don't people who are complaining about that realize that this makes for a much more interesting next episode. Telling you, my brain is mush, and also you guys need to do forward thinking because penultimate episodes of the show are where tons of stuff happens. And it demonstrates that even most alliances can stick together, okay? Even when they do stick together, like Onewood, for instance. Lots of things were in danger of being shook up in that episode, and alliances were teetering. In the end, an alliance did stick together, but it wasn't the alliance we were expecting, you know, and it was in danger of being shook up. Other things. What are you... Why am I bitching about this? You saw one world! At least you should have. Ugh. Okay. And then the Baylor and Alec relationship kind of re-emerges, and I was actually chuckling with Baylor about that, but not for the reasons that she was, because she was doing it because she found it humorous that Alec was displaying a different side of him. I found it humorous because it was kind of stupid from my eyes, but whatever. So yeah, and then the argument becomes get rid of Keith or get rid of Alec. Benefits to keeping Keith, for only some of them, getting puts another threat up there with John, but of course, once one goes, the other one is still in the game, especially with John having the idol. Benefit to keeping Alec. He's, I don't want to say pawn. Haven't we got another metaphor for that? Oh, a puppet! Duh! And also, even if he makes it, he's still probably not going to win. I mean, the same pro is there with Keith, but whatever. I'm not too picky about Keith. I don't want to see him win this, because even though he's done nice at the challenges, his head, as has been shown multiple times, is not in this game. Although I wonder how, if we had, like, Season 2 Colby in here, although, actually, no. If we had Season 2 Colby in here, meaning the same youth and same muscle strength, he wouldn't behave exactly like he did in Australia. The game has changed since then, although I don't know how wisely he would have picked that up. It's just an interesting dynamic, you know. Take players, you know, that played early in the game and put them in late into the game, but have, you know, been as die-hard of fans of the show as they were. Interesting idea. Then a tribal, I was actually hoping Keith would go, but I expected Alec to go, and he did. Ultimate perspective on Alec there. Yeah, he's definitely better than Drew, as was alluded to, and I bet a lot of you are going to be like, well, what are you priding him on? Well, it's simple. He didn't do as bad as Drew. Now, he did do kind of bad in various social departments here, okay? But here's the thing. He never really got a chance to play the game, and he never really tried to anyway, you know? I got the vibe from him that he's actually a good guy, even though he does have his bad moments, but just sucks at the game. But honestly, I think you could swap me for him pretty easily, because I wouldn't suck at the game. I wouldn't suck at the game. I would totally suck at the game. I'm not that great social-wise, and I think it is easier for me to come off as a little arrogant, as he and then John came off in other situations. Tying it back to John real fast, like with Tony from last season, I'm conflicted. Now, I think outside of the game, he's a nice guy, but as for wanting to see him win, I'm conflicted, because on the one hand, he's playing a nice game, but obviously, he's got the toughest slog to make it to the finale, but also there's other people there that are playing the game, even though they haven't really done the best game. Yeah. Although, let me say, this merge has definitely been a lot more interesting than the pre-merge, even though I think I'm a lot less enthusiastic in making these videos. And then, just so you guys know, Missy was the fourth vote to get rid of Alec, although she's just acting confused to throw John and Jacqueline off. So now they're on the bottom, supposedly, but anything could change, especially with that meta evac. Why is that even in the preview? I mean, like, just say, but one moment could change everything, and then show close-ups of everyone's face, and then say, if take X-Ray need to pull from the game, you know? Just hide it, make it more anonymous, because now I'm beginning to think that I'm not going to be sympathetic for Missy potentially getting pulled out of the game, you know? Because the shock value is gone! Really? Ugh. Right. Now, how Dead in the Water, John and Jacqueline, I'm not counting them out just yet, because obviously one of them is going to survive next episode, and there's the idol, so John could, you know, easily win again, play the idol. Now, if, neither of them win immunity, there is, you know, the 2-2-2 tie situation, but I don't know, because on the one hand, Keith, but also, all these people are kind of tight socially, so a lot could happen, you know. There might be a couple of other nitpicks I could kind of throw in here, but I'm getting tired of talking, honestly, and I think this video's gone on long enough. Later.